Hello everyone. I want to just jump right in and not waste any of your time. If you're watching this, it's because you're interested in what our challenge group entails. It is focused on intentional living in a lot of different areas in your life, and so I want to just kind of jump in to what it looks like. And I usually start this by sharing in a lot of detail kind of my story, but I want to respect your time and get you the information that is most helpful to you. I am always willing to share my personal experience and journey, just kind of through first trying these programs, becoming a coach, starting challenge groups, and why it means so much to me. But I'm going to spare you most of the details right now, just for the sake of time. But just a brief summary of that is I began my journey in the spring of 2015. I basically just trusted a friend who told me that I needed to invest in myself in order to better invest in my family. And since having my youngest in December of 2015, I've lost 40 pounds that I've been able to keep off and maintain for about the past year. And that was great. And honestly, that's a lot of why I started my journey, was for weight loss and just gaining energy. But throughout this ongoing journey, I never expected the strength I would gain, the mindset changes that happen almost weekly, and the connections that have been made between spiritual stewardship, all of that, and our physical health. Like, it's truly continues to change me and surprise me along the way. And that's really kind of how the concept of our challenge group developed. And it's a lot of what I'm going to share with you today. It's what I'm really passionate about. It's why I'm a coach and why I love leading others in these challenge groups. So, what is a challenge group? The best summary I can give you in one sentence is it's just a group of people who are committed to working on living intentionally, working on reaching their health goals together. And so we run it through a free app that you download onto your phone. It's called the Challenge Tracker app, and it lasts about 1 month minimum. But you can take advantage of having it for a full year if you want. And I'll explain kind of a little bit about that here in a few minutes, just about what you get whenever you purchase this all access pass. But it's just really neat because the concept of this year-long group started back in January, was when I began it. And I wanted to really encourage people not to see this as a 1 month challenge or a 21-day, quick fix or something like that. I wanted to help people make lifestyle changes that were sustainable, and that were sustainable not just for the individual, but for a family if you're not the only one that lives in your home. And so that's really why I'm passionate about it being an ongoing challenge group. We do have rounds that kick off every month and that kind of conclude, just to kind of give you some benchmarks and goals to shoot for, programs to follow. But I'm really passionate about it being ongoing. And so what's cool about it is that there's a community aspect involved. And we share struggles along the way, just things that we're dealing with. And maybe people can step in and say, oh, I dealt with that last month, or I've dealt with that in the past, and here's how I worked through it. We remind each other of truth. We get to celebrate victories together, which is super fun. It's gone above and beyond my expectations, the relationships that I've built throughout the past year. And I honestly don't know that I understood or realized my need for that community aspect in this area of my life. Like, I can see very clearly in scripture where God designed us for community and how we need that in our walk with the Lord, but I'd never really applied it to my health and fitness before. And it's just been really cool through this experience to see how vital that is to reaching goals, to setting goals, to making progress towards goals. We talk a lot in our group about progress and not perfection, and just how we can encourage each other through that. So that's really neat. So chances are that you have seen or know I am with Team Beachbody, and I know that word may cause you to have memories, or maybe you've had some sort of experience with our company before. And here's what I want to tell you is that every coach is different, and every coach runs their challenge groups differently. And I would encourage you, if you're considering trying these programs, these products, I would encourage you to really try to find a coach that you connect with, that you are like-minded with, you share the similar values. If you watch this video and decide that that's not me, please find someone that you connect with a little bit better. That's really my passion and my desire behind this. I know it's the desire of a lot of other coaches as well, because we want you to be as successful as possible. And part of that is connecting with a coach that you're like-minded with, that has been through or is going through similar struggles as you, and just that can point you to truth that you need when you need it. So I want to share with you right now what's unique about my group, what sets my group apart from a lot of other coaches and challenge groups, and just kind of see if that might be a good fit or not for you. So I asked current challengers a while back in our group to share what they loved about the group, and I wanted to read their comments to you just so that you can hear it from someone else, because it's one thing for me to have this vision of what I want it to be, but I think it's neat for you to hear from someone other than me how others see it and what their perception of the group is. So one person wrote, "I like that it's different. It's not just about physical health, but spiritual as well." Someone else wrote, "I agree. It's about our relationship with God. This group focuses on both being important." Someone else wrote, "I like the accountability, the encouragement, also the fact that it is not just about discipline and eating or exercise, but getting into the Word, focus on spiritual growth, as well as healthy body and healthy lifestyle." And then another person wrote, "The group is accountability and encouragement together. And I'm really thankful for the way it brings people together on different journeys for the common goal of overall health and wellness, spiritually, physically, and mentally." And I honestly couldn't say it any better. Like the first comment that I read, there's a spiritual aspect to this. And this is something that, as I mentioned at the beginning, I never anticipated when I started my journey. My motivation when I got started was to lose weight and have more energy for my 15-month-old son that I love to describe as a very passionate person. I just was exhausted all the time. I lacked energy all the time. And that's really what got me started on this journey. And it's so neat to see how the Lord uses something that we have expectations for and how He does an even greater work, far more than we could ever imagine, as Ephesians says. And that's really been my experience and continues to be my experience on this journey. I think a lot of times, I know I did this, we tend to categorize areas in our life. Well, this is the spiritual side, and this is the physical side, and this has to do with emotions and mentality. But I'm very passionate about this because I've experienced it, and just through a lot of things I've read. The Lord created us to be very intricate people, and we don't have just all these separate areas of our life. They're all intertwined and they all affect each other. And specifically, I'm very passionate about helping people see how health and fitness affects their spiritual walk, and vice versa, how it can be a reflection of spiritual malnourishment. And just there's so many layers and so many levels of that because of what the Lord's shown me and is doing in my own heart. So that's a lot of what we focus on in this group, is that there's not just our physical health that we need to get in check. That affects everything else. And so we talk about intentionality in 5 main areas. Intentional thoughts, so filling our mind with truth every day through being in Scripture, super important. Intentional movement, that's the exercise side of things, the fitness side. Intentional community, that's our community, our challenge group, the support of that. Intentional fuel, nutrition is huge, huge. Before I ever let anyone get in the challenge group, I put them through a prep group where they have to watch a few videos and really learn how to stock their pantry, how to pick a meal planning process that works for them and their family, how to just kind of go through meal planning and structure their recipes, their meals, all of that stuff. That's so important, and it's a big part of the group before you ever start in the challenge. And then also intentional rest. I think especially in our culture right now, busyness is kind of glorified and rest is seen as laziness. And so we talk about that every week. At least once a week we talk about, are you being intentional with resting? And are you feeling guilty for resting? And what does that reveal about your heart? So that's a big part of it as well. So overall, we're cultivating discipline in what I feel matters most according to Scripture: personal time with the Lord, relationships, roles, and responsibilities, our health, everything the Lord has given us to steward well. That's what we're focused on in our group. So let's kind of transition to talking about how do we do this? Like, what are the products and price breakdown and all that stuff, because I know that's important. So where do we get our workouts, our nutrition plan, our superfoods? All of our company's products are bundled into this amazing package, and this has been available since last December, so it's still relatively new, and to me it's just, the value of it still blows my mind. I'm going to kind of break it down for you, but it's called the All Access Beachbody on Demand and Shakeology Challenge Pack. It's kind of a mouthful, but as I say the phrase All Access Challenge Pack, this is what I'm referring to, so I won't say all of those words at once. But I want to walk you through what that includes and the value of each specific item. So, first off, there is virtual access to every single program that Beachbody has ever made, including first access to unreleased programs. So, maybe you've heard of the old P90X, like Beachbodies are the creator of that. Maybe you've heard of the more popular and recent 21-Day Fix. We just had a program released in July that I completed 2 rounds of with our group. We have a new program coming out in January that I'm actually getting to do a sneak preview of this week. I'm super excited about it. I'll talk about it a little more at the end. But basically, for a year, you get all access to every single program, including any that come out within that year's period. So your year period starts whenever you purchase, and you can renew at the end of that year. So my renewal will be coming up next month. So that is valued at $7,000. I love to describe it as the Netflix of fitness. There's every single program you could ever want or imagine, no matter your health limitations, no matter what your goals are. They've got it all. They've got strength training, cardio, using equipment, not using equipment, yoga studios, like stuff with kids. We'll talk about that in a minute. Just all sorts of so valuable tools that can equip you for being healthy and starting that in your home. So that is valued at over $7,000, like I said. The next thing that you get with this is the portion control container. So this is valued at $20, and this takes the guesswork out of meal planning. I started this almost 3 years ago, and it has been a sustainable way of eating for not just me, but our entire family. It is simple. You're not having to count calories or macros or anything like that. It works, and it makes it simple, and it really teaches you not just how to eat healthy foods, but how to eat the correct portions of those foods based on where you are in your journey. And so you portion out every meal very easily with these and still enjoy some favorite treats along the way. So like I said, that's valued at $20. Also included in this is our premium meal replacement. And I'll try not to talk too long about this, but our Shakeology is hands down the most incredible product because there's no junk in it. There's no artificial sweeteners in it. It is all whole food ingredients. There is not an equivalent to it on the market. If you are looking for something else that's cheaper, it's going to be lesser in quality. This is just a very well-rounded way to get the dense nutrition that you need every day. So it's not a protein shake. It's not a weight loss shake, even though that can be a nice side effect of it. It is a way to ensure that you're getting the nutrients that you need every single day. A lot of times when people do diets, they end up feeling terrible, and it's because when they're cutting calories, they're also cutting nutrients that they need. Doing a change in your diet with Shakeology is like the perfect equation, especially when you add how to eat well and how to do this fitness, because it's ensuring that you get the nutrients that you need. So it's super awesome. It fights cravings, it increases energy, and improves digestion. And I can say all of those things confidently because I've experienced that. I knew after a week of drinking it that I wanted to continue drinking it, and I have ever since I started it in March of 2015. So super, super valuable. Would love to chat with you more about that. I have some other resources if you want to look at the nutrition label, look at the ingredients, take it to your doctor. I'm super confident in it, and so I always encourage people to do that. I drank it while breastfeeding. I drank it while pregnant. Of course, every pregnancy is different, so I always encourage people to check with their doctor first, but It's serving as a prenatal vitamin right now. I'm not pregnant currently, but it serves as my daily vitamin. So it's awesome. The other side of that for kids is that there's an option for not a meal replacement shake, but kind of a snack, and it's called Daily Sunshine. And I can get you details on that. It is all the labels that parents care about for their kids are on Daily Sunshine. So it's gluten-free, it's pediatrician approved, non-GMOs, all of those things. It's great. My kids love it, and I actually I told Bo I would order him a bag, and I haven't done that yet, so I need to do that. But anyways, that's kind of an option for kids as well. So that shake is valued at $130. So that breaks down to $4 to $5 a day, or a shake, about $30 a week. And it really helped us actually save money once we began like cutting out some of the things in our budget that we did not need, like Starbucks drinks, even though Nick still frequents Starbucks because he works from there a lot. But once I began to look at things that we didn't need, that was not serving us in the sense of getting us the nutrition we needed, and we started replacing it with Shakeology, we actually saved money. So would love to talk with you about ways to do that. But that's valued at $130. So you also get the 1-year challenge group support if you want it. And with that, I always tell people, the group, like once you're in the group, you're in. And if you want to take a step back for whatever reason, maybe you only need the group for a month before you develop habits. And then you don't need to check in and log your workouts and your shakes every day. Maybe you need to take a step back and turn your notifications off. Or maybe you get pregnant and you want to switch things up, even though we have maternity workouts and postpartum workouts, and workouts to do with a baby that you're having to hold. Like there's literally something for everybody. But anyways, you can come in and out of the group as much as you want. Every month I send a message to all the participants and say, okay, we start our next round on this day. Here's a form that you can fill out if you want to let me know kind of an update on your goals, like refresh me on what your goals are so that I can help you with that. And some people will stay in it every single month. Some people might take a break because of life circumstances they have going on, and they'll jump back in later. There's total freedom there. I want it to be what you need it to be. And I just want you to hear that I'm there, like in this group. I'm not going anywhere. I'm there to help you with your goals, whatever that looks like. So you also get a daily coach that's valued at about $100 an hour. That's me. You also get an accountability group that's valued at $100 a month. So with this, you get healthy recipes, complete meal plans, printable shopping lists, daily check-ins, and like I mentioned, a community of like-minded people who are on the same journey, not necessarily the exact same place in the journey, but you're headed in the same direction. And that's super valuable, which is something you realize after you experience it. So the total value for everything I just described is over $9,000. And the package that the company has available right now, which is promised right now only through 2017, is you get all of that, 12 months of support for only $160. And so it's basically, if you break that down, the All Access Pass is $99. That's for a full year. And you're basically getting your first month's bag of shakes for half price. And so even if you decide not to continue the shakes, you still have the All Access for 12 months. It's not contingent on that. If you want to continue the shakes after that first month, then you will pay the $130 a month following. But that's a decision you can make after you see how you feel about the shakes and how they affect you. So I want to share with you now what the plan is for this group. I always tell people I like to share with you my plan, which you're welcome to join in, but I know that every individual is different, and I'm very passionate about working with each individual to help each person find like what the best fit for them is based on their goals, their fitness level, health limitations, any of that. So there are actually 3 options right now for what you can be doing. And normally I'm just sharing one, but this is pretty cool. So right now, starting on Monday, we will start with a family. You have the option to start with a family-centric program through this new program that was released last week called Double Time. This program requires a partner. So you grab a friend, spouse, or a kid, and join us for this first ever family quality time challenge that we're doing. I get to lead this group with some other coaches on my team, and we've been planning the content this week, and I'm super excited about it. It's going to be so valuable. So let me tell you a little bit about what that content will include. You do workouts for a month that require a partner, so you have to have a spouse, you have to have a kid, friend, somebody. There's nutrition for both adults and kids alike. You could go the route of getting Shakeology for you or Daily Sunshine for you and your kids, or you can do both. There's so many options with that. There's star progress charts for the kids, and I love how they created this because I feel like it helps kids kind of set goals, and it gives you ideas for rewarding them for making progress on those goals and reaching those goals. So it's pretty cool concept. And then we'll also be talking about quality time ideas for marriages, families, table talk time, date night ideas, how to save money, as well as addressing some myths about being healthy together as a family. So maybe that's one option, but maybe you just want to focus more on yourself, which, trust me, will affect your family in a positive way and all of your relationships and roles. So maybe you just want to go ahead and join our regular ongoing challenge group that I've been spending all that time talking about. We are currently going to be doing workouts that help us gear up for the release of that new program in January that I mentioned. On January 15th, we're going to be starting a new program called 80-Day Obsession. And this is from one of my favorite trainers, Autumn Calabrese. She's the creator of 21 Day Fix. Very smart, qualified, professional trainer. This is basically a program that she created if she were able to meet with you every day for 80 days as your personal trainer. So the moves progress. It's not like you're doing the same workouts for 80 days. Like it just builds on each other. And so super excited about that. I'm getting to do it this week, just kind of like a preview of it. I'm loving it. And so we're going to be doing programs over the next couple months that kind of prepare us for 80-Day Obsession, which will start January 15th. So my goal, and maybe this is something that you're kind of thinking about, my goal for this group and for myself is to go into the holidays prepared with a plan for my nutrition and my fitness, and really at peace, able to focus on the memories of the season versus the defeat and the guilt that can often accompany overeating and overindulgence at holidays. So don't worry, you'll still be able to enjoy treats from the season, but I've spent too many holidays in that defeat and guilt. And last year was kind of my first year where I just had peace and I was able to enjoy good foods, but have self-control with it. And that's really what we'll be focusing a lot on over the course of the next few months in the group. So that's second option. Third option is to do both. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'll be working out through my personal fitness program in the mornings before my boys wake up, or like they'll wake up and jump in the middle of whatever I'm doing, whatever happens. But then I'm also going to join in with them on the partner program, on the double time program later in the afternoon. So that's part of the beauty of having the all access pass. You get this double time workout that you can do with your family, but you also get all of these other programs that you can do yourself, or maybe your spouse has a specific area of goals that they're wanting to work on. There's something for everybody, truly. So in conclusion, what now, what's next? You can comment on this video if you'd like to get started, and I can message you details about it. If you feel like this isn't a good fit for you, but you still have some health and fitness goals, I would love to still have a conversation with you and support and encourage you however I can. I send out weekly e-newsletters. So if you want to send me your email address, I would love to do that. If you maybe have some specific things you're working on, if you're looking for recipes to cook during the season, I have so many different PDFs saved of things that I would love to share with you. I have a group on Facebook that's kind of where a lot of people, it's like a lifestyle group, and we do monthly mini series focused on health and fitness, as well as intentional living and just family values and how to embody family values and teach those to our kids. So many options. I would love to chat with you and hear what your goals are and just see what might be a good fit for you. So let's talk. I want to hear your questions if you have them. Please don't let any go unanswered. And I'm going to end this video now. So thank you for taking the time to watch it. I know that your time is so valuable and I really appreciate it. But Hope you have a great day, and let's talk soon.